I'd like to greet all human beings all around the world with the universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. It doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor religious beliefs may be. It doesn't matter if you're the richest to the poorest person on the first face of this earth. It doesn't matter if you the proclaimed toughest to the proclaimed weakest on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter whether you like me or not, whether you like what I stand for, whether you like what I say, whether you like my YouTube videos. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your nationality is. You know, it doesn't matter who you are. I greet all of you all with the same universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. Today happened to be Saturday, November the 9th, 2019. The time being about 10:15 a.m. This is part 3 of me telling y'all about the prejudice in the sellout blacks here in Charleston, Missouri, and about this city manager here in Charleston, Missouri, who told me yesterday that it's too wet, the leaves are too wet, and they stuck to the ground and they frozen. And y'all seen in part 1 and 2 the leaves down there. Y'all seen after I got them up. Y'all seen when I piled them up. And now y'all see me burning them. Have anybody ever seen wet leaves burn? Can you hear them crackling? You see, if they was wet, they wouldn't burn. But this is one thing that I'm just trying to show y'all. You know what I mean? I'm like Martin Luther King. You know, I would like to live a long life, but longevity has its place. If God said it's time for me to go, I got to go. But I want to try to wake up somebody. You see, another thing that I didn't tell y'all about the last few days, with the exception of this morning, that was shooting in Charleston, Missouri. But now, October of 2015, some blacks and whites got together and said that they formed what they called a uniform coalition against violence in Charleston, Missouri. It consists of those black people that call themselves, most of them, not all, NAACP, past and present presidents, march right down the street. The state's attorney here in Charleston, Missouri, some of the Charleston, Missouri Police Department, you'll see them in that picture, some of the Sheriff Department, some of the people from Susanna Wesley Family Learning Center, and some of these black preachers and white preachers. They said that they are a uniform coalition against violence in Charleston, Missouri. They marched at one time in Charleston, Missouri, and I'm going to show you when. Now, when the present NAACP president, they put a charge on me. You see, they said that I was harassing them because he was on this corner telling children that I raped children April the 9th, 2016. And I end up videoing it. But then they put an outstanding warrant for me for videoing him so I can let the law see that he's defaming my character. I don't rape children. I don't have a rape, never had a rape. Told the children to run. Said I was afraid of them. But anyway, now, on this same corner, they started marching. Matter of fact, it was during the time that one of the other sheriffs, 2 sheriffs ago, was running for re-election. That particular sheriff, the chief of police, who's been the chief of police too long in Charleston, Missouri, that's why we can't get any crime solved. But the NAACP past and presidents here in Charleston, Missouri, black preachers, all of them marching down the street. Now, this was on April the 30th. They locked me up on April the 18th. But on April the 30th, they end up marching down here talking about stopping the violence. But let me tell you something. Since then, we done had many of blacks shot and killed in this black neighborhood and on the west side of town. We done had many shot. We done had many people houses shot up. But now, just recent now, this was 2016. April the 30th, 2016. They ain't marched since. They marched because the one sheriff was running for office, but God didn't see fit for him to get back in, and he didn't get elected. And then the one that did get elected, he ended up getting arrested. You see what I'm saying? But let me show you. Now, if they got a coalition against violence in Charleston, Missouri, it must be on the white side of town, because I ain't seen no more marching over here. You follow what I'm saying? The last 3 days, with the exception of November the 9th, so we'll go back to the 6th, the 7th, and the 8th, we had shooting in the black community. Matter of fact, one black individual told me about their house got shot and the bullet almost hit his son, went in his son's room. Where's these people that call themselves the Coalition Against Violence in Charleston, Missouri? It's 2 Charleston, Missouri. You see what I'm saying? Well, might as well say 3 Charleston, Missouri. I ain't gonna even get into the categories, because I don't want nobody to misunderstand. But the black community is not where it's the ones that they protect. I ain't gonna say that they don't have no law enforcement officials that's not not doing the job, but the majority is not in the black community. Now, let me show you this here. Now, when it's shooting in any city, well, in Southeast Missouri, KFVS 12, which is the only news people we got here, an all-white ran news station, they normally put stuff in the paper. The only time they put it in, not in the paper, but they put it on the news. They ain't put it on the news because the chief of police, Bobby Hearns, it's his job to tell KFVS 12. But see, they ain't gonna do that. But I tell you, next week they'll probably have in the newspaper, when the police stop some blacks down here in the sheriff department and the police department had them. They'll probably have that in the newspaper, but they ain't gonna have in the newspaper that these black people, and some black people is afraid. My daughters and them had to duck. A couple of days ago, they heard 30 rounds twice. Some of my neighbors heard the same thing. Some of my other neighbors in the church praying at night, 3 o'clock in the morning, heard shots. Another female said a shot was so powerful that it shook a house, a window. You follow what I'm saying? So, why haven't KFVS 12 put it on the news? Now, black folks, the only way we get the news, all the news, is the black folks put it on Facebook. But you got to put it more on Facebook. You got to start trying to get that chief of police out of there. You try to get that city manager out of there. You try to clean City Hall out. Black folks, what you need to do, get you an education, run for judge, run for prosecuting attorney. You see what I'm saying? Or white folks that's going to do for all people, because the present people that's in there now, they not. All you got to do is sit and look. They only bust certain people. You see what I'm saying? Only certain people get busted. You follow what I'm saying? Don't think these users out here telling on you. You follow what I'm saying? All you got to do is take a look. Who ain't getting busted? Peace be still.